of today here at Corolla. It is a very important gathering for our national progress and development, since it is a day of final investment decision for our national oil and gas project. It opens for our country new and wide economic opportunities. Therefore, we ask you, Father, to bless this final decision for the good and benefit of our beloved country, Uganda, and beyond. We ask you this, our Heavenly Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
You may take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, President Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency, Dr. Philip Isdor Mpango, the Vice President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Your Excellency, the Vice President of Uganda, Jessica Lupo, the Honorable Ministers, Members of Parliament, Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors, the Permanent Secretaries here, the different heads of government missions, and in a very special way, the Tanzanian delegation. I would like to request the Ugandan team, put your hands together for the Tanzanian team that is here today. Tunashukuru sana, na hii mambo ya Swahili yangu ni ndogo sana. Sasa Nisalamia, you allow me to complete that sentence from there and move on with the program. Your Excellencies, today is a very historic day, a day a lot of us have been dreaming about. But there is special people in this room that have been part of this close to over 30-year journey that will begin making remarks here today. But in a very special way, we want to recognize very important people. Our joint venture partners who are here, led by the Chair and CEO of Total Energies. You're most welcome, sir. Patrick, thank you so much for joining us. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Also here, representing the Chairman Sinok is the President Sinok Uganda, Mr. Chen Xiaobao. We want to thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Our other joint venture partners who are here, the Tanzania team, and I want to, in a very special way, recognize this Tanzania Petroleum Development Corporation that is here, represented by their CEO, and also the Uganda National Oil Company. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. May I now take the pleasure of inviting the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, Engineer Irene Batebe, to come and make welcome remarks. You're most welcome. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Your Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency Dr. Philip Isdor Mpango, the Vice President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Your Excellency Honorable Jessica Alupo, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Excellencies and Ambassadors and High Commissioners present, Honorable Ministers and from the Republic of Uganda and the United Republic of Tanzania, the CEO and Chairman for Total Energies, Mr. Patrick Puyane, the President, Sinok Uganda, the board chairman, the Uganda National Oil Company, Mr. Emmanuel Katongole, the board chairperson of the Petroleum Authority of Uganda, Dr. Jane Mulemwa, religious leaders, your eminences, the deputy head of the public service and secretary to the cabinet secretariat, colleague permanent secretaries present, and heads of government agencies from both Uganda and the United Republic of Tanzania, the private sector fraternity, the district leadership and officials present, the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a good morning to you all. Today is a monumental day in the history of our two sisterly countries. It is therefore an honor to welcome you on behalf of the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development to this auspicious occasion of the announcement of the final investment decision for Uganda's oil and gas projects. This is the culmination of the hard work and investment that has been made by both the governments, the oil companies, private sector, and the host communities where these projects are located. This journey started a long time ago. So these efforts date back to pre-1980.
Ni hafla ya maamuzi ya mwisho ya mradi wa mafuta na gesi kutoka Hoima nchini Uganda hadi Chongoleani kule Tanga nchini Tanzania. Hafla hii inafanyika katika jiji la Kampala, eneo la Kololo, ambapo serikali ya Tanzania ya Rais Samia Suluhu Hassan imewakilishwa na Makamu Rais Dr. Mpango, ambaye unamuona hapo katika runinga yako, akiwa ameambatana na viongozi mbalimbali wanaohusika katika sekta hii ya mafuta na gesi huko nchini Uganda. Kwa hiyo zoezi ambalo linafanyika hivi sasa ni hotuba mbalimbali kutoka kwa viongozi upande wa Uganda, lakini pia kwa Tanzania, na watazungumza. Kikubwa ni kufikia yale maamuzi ya mwisho ya mradi huu ambao umekuwa na fursa mbalimbali kwa Watanzania, lakini pia fursa mbalimbali katika ukanda huu wa nchi za Jumuiya ya Afrika ya Mashariki. Mradi ambao utaleta mapinduzi ya kiuchumi, hususan kwa maeneo yote ambapo bomba hili la mafuta ghafi litakuwa likipita, lakini pia kwa mkoa wa Tanga pia, ambapo ndipo bomba hilo itakuwa likifika tamati yake. Katika eneo la Chongoleani nako kumekuwa na fursa nyingi sana, hasa kwa vijana, lakini pia wataalamu mbalimbali, lakini pia hata akina mama ambao wanatoa huduma mbalimbali za chakula na masuala mengine. Na nikujuze tu ni kwamba matangazo haya tumejiunga na wenzetu wa shirika la utangazaji la nchini Uganda UBC, ambapo ndiko tukio hilo linafanyika katika eneo hilo la Kololo nchini Uganda. Katika mji wa Kampala ni viongozi mbalimbali, lakini pia kwa upande wa Uganda yupo rais wa nchi hiyo Yoweri Museveni, pamoja na viongozi mbalimbali wa kitaifa na wale ambao wanahusika na utaalamu katika sekta hii ya mafuta na gesi. Basi tuendelee kusikiliza hotuba hizo mbalimbali ambazo zinatolewa kwa lugha ya Kiingereza, lakini tutakuwa tunajaribu pia kutoa muhtasari wa kile ambacho kimesemwa. Tuendelee kusikiliza kile ambacho kinajiri katika eneo hilo la Kololo.
And continue to make a significant contribution to the sector. We have heard a number of claims that Uganda's oil and gas production has taken a while. But as people who have been in the sector for some time are aware, this elaborate process has partly been for a good cause, which enhances the country's ability to optimize the benefits from the sector. So with all the enablers in place, Today, as we prepare to announce the final investment decision, it's important that we remind ourselves that this pronouncement by the oil companies is to enable us prepare to progress the projects to development and consequently production, where we will extract our first oil. So the funds necessary for the project execution and start of operations have been mobilized and the projects are viable. So Your Excellencies, with your continued visionary leadership, we are confident that Uganda and the United Republic of Tanzania will benefit from this project, and the proceeds from the industry will contribute to eradication of poverty and create lasting value to society. So as technocrats, we want to appreciate the efforts of our predecessors who built the foundation that many developments, including this final investment decision today, are built upon. Of course, some of these senior citizens include the Senior Presidential Advisor, Dr. Fred Kabagambe Kalisa, who is here today with us, and Mr. Kashambuzi Ruben, who is now in full retirement, and he did send his regards. There are additional other members of Mr. Robert Kasande, the current Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, and of course, Mr. Ernest Rubondo, the Executive Director of the Petroleum Authority of Uganda. Together with that team, we have Mr. Hani Malinga, the current Director of Petroleum in the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development. So those are the pillars, the shoulders on which we stand today. And we are seeing a new generation that is ready to continue that effort as undertaken by our senior predecessors. So in terms of the next steps, and as I prepare to close, in walking this rewarding journey, we have moved together with a number of government ministries, departments, and agencies who have been supportive in the process leading to FID. Now that FID has been achieved, work is expected to intensify, which will demand the MDAs to increase on their support. In Swahili, we would say, lazima kazi iendelee. So, members, as we move forward, issues of coordination, cross-border movement, logistics to ensure equipment are delivered in a timely manner to the sites will be very critical. Project authorizations, approvals, and permitting will be on the critical path for the timely achievement of the first oil in 2025. Local participation is at the core of the implementation of the project. We therefore celebrate this achievement, and we will continue to support the oil companies in executing their plans. We want to use this opportunity to also congratulate the international oil companies together with UNOC and TPDC for this achievement. And we want to task them, as they proceed into the implementation, to pay attention to issues of environmental social governance and to ensure that they exploit the resources in an environmentally sustainable manner. We appreciate the leadership of His Excellency the President, our ministers, the Cabinet Committee on Oil and Gas, Parliament, and the respective local government. I also want to close by thanking my colleagues from the United Republic of Tanzania, together with the technical team, for your continued support to Uganda's oil and gas sector, especially in the ongoing development of the EACOP project. Lazima kazi iendelee. Special thanks to the district leaders who are also here, and we look forward to continuing our partnership in executing this project to completion. I wish you all a very fruitful celebration. With that, I take the honor and pleasure to invite the Honorable Dr. Ruth Nankabira Sentamu, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, and in our circles we refer to her as the Minister of Petroleum because of the passion she has to achieve fast oil. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my peers. Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Tibuhaburwa Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda and the National Chairman of the National Resistance Movement Party. Your Excellency, Dr. Philip Mpango, the Vice President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Your Excellency, Major Jessica Alupo, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda and a woman MP for Katakwi District. Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors and High Commissioners present, my colleagues, Honorable Ministers present from both Uganda and the guests from the United Republic of Tanzania, our good partners, the CEO of Total, the CEO of CNOC, the board chair of UNOC, PAO, and TPDC, the head of public service, who is our secretary to cabinet, the permanent secretaries present, and the heads of government agencies, our colleagues from the private sector fraternity, our colleagues from the district leadership and officials present, our colleagues from the media, the Fourth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a good afternoon to you. I must begin by thanking the Almighty Lord who has seen us walk this journey today. And I appreciate the contribution of all of you who have contributed to the achievement that we are about to witness this afternoon. As Ugandans, it is indeed an exciting day. This is the day that the Lord has made for us to witness yet another important milestone of the announcement of the final investment decision for the oil and gas projects in Uganda. This milestone marks a firm commitment from the oil companies to proceed with Uganda's oil and gas projects and launches the major construction for works by the joint venture partners. I would like to thank you, our joint venture partners, CNOC Uganda Limited, Total Energies, E&P Uganda, and the government of Uganda through Uganda National Oil Company, our own baby company, for this historic occasion, which now puts us on the path to achieving the first oil in 2025, as agreed in April 2021. Announcing the first oil to come out in 2025 is not only a social statement, socio-economic statement, but a political statement for us as Ugandans and also as East Africa at large. Therefore, we should not retreat, we should not surrender. We have to walk the journey until we see this first oil. Your Excellencies, we are glad to celebrate this journey, as my permanent secretary elaborated earlier, that it started way back, and especially in 2006, when Uganda discovered this commercial oil and the gas reserves that we have. And through partnership and collaboration between government and the oil companies, petroleum production licenses were issued to oil companies and various commercial agreements executed. The country is now more confident than before, and we hope that we will reach the destination. The country discovered commercial quantities of crude oil, and this was followed by the issuance of 9 petroleum production licenses to oil companies in 2012 and 2016. The oil resources discovered so far, the Permanent Secretary has told us, stands at 6.5 billion barrels as stock tank oil initially in place, with about 1.4 billion barrels recoverable. And I'm sure that Uganda still has more potential to get more oil. Since 2014, the government and the oil companies have been walking a journey for commercialization of petroleum, and a memorandum of understanding was signed. The commercialization plan considers the development of the crude oil export pipeline and oil refinery. The development of the 2 projects is progressing. In order to progress with the development of Uganda's oil and gas projects, government and the oil companies agreed to the following to be undertaken to facilitate the achievements of the final investment decision. 1, amendment of the production sharing agreements to improve the economics of the upstream. 2, amendment of the Income Tax Act to reflect the amendments in the production sharing agreements. 3, conclusion of the farm down transaction by which Tullow was selling its entire interest in Uganda's upstream to Total. And 4, conclusion and signature of the host government agreements for the East African crude oil pipeline. 5, enactment of enabling legislation for the East African crude oil pipeline project, conclusion and signature of the tariff and transportation agreements for the East African crude oil pipeline, and conclusion and signature of the shareholders agreement for the East African crude oil pipeline. I am happy to note, Your Excellencies, that the above requirements have been achieved between government and the oil companies, and that has facilitated the ceremony we are having today. I must appreciate all of you, the Attorney General's chambers, and all of you colleagues that have seen this achievement through. Why are we celebrating the final investment decision? What is its impact? Following this final investment decision, the oil industry will positively impact on the economy through various programs. Ugandans are expecting to get jobs. The people of East Africa are expecting to get jobs. The pipeline that begins from Hoima in Uganda up to Tanga has its bigger part existing in Tanzania. It calls for jobs. So we are eyeing this as Ugandans. Allow me to inform you, Your Excellencies and colleagues, that close to 160,000 jobs are expected to be created. Secondly, the provision of goods and services to the industry. It will be shameful for food to be imported outside East Africa. It will be a shame. So we need to be prepared to partake of the chances that the industry is bringing. Obviously, Uganda's tax base will expand. Tanzania's tax base will equally expand. The contribution towards repayment of Uganda's debt obligations. Sometimes we feel we are captives when it comes to looking for funds to invest in these important projects, and we are told you cannot move, you are reaching the red line. So we expect that the contribution from this industry will help us to pay our debt obligations, but also invest more in infrastructure, which can turn out to also bring or contribute tremendously to our economy. We will be supporting the National Development Plan 3, which focuses on petroleum, mineral development for industrialization. We hope to facilitate the development of the refinery in the country. It is worth noting, Your Excellencies and colleagues, that these achievements have been made possible through the steadfast leadership and commitment of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Tibuhaburwa Museveni, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, who is today represented by His Excellency the Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, and of course, the late President, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli. May his soul rest in peace. Your Excellency, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development is so grateful for the support, and we do salute you. I also want to thank my colleague, the Minister of Energy of the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable January Makamba, who is here with us today.
Asante kuendelea kuwa nasi. Hayo yalikuwa ni matangazo ya moja kwa moja kutoka pale nchini Uganda katika jiji la Kampala. Maamuzi ya mwisho yakifikiwa ya mradi wa gesi na mafuta kutoka kule Hoima Uganda kuja nchini Tanzania. Aliyekuwa akizungumza hapo ni Dr. Ruthi Sentamu, waziri wa nishati na gesi wa Uganda, akielezea faida za mradi huo. Na tunaelekea sasa kule bungeni ambapo matangazo haya ya Uganda utayapata katika chaneli yetu ya TBC2, na sasa TBC1 tunaelekea katika bunge la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kupata matokeo ya nafasi ya spika wa bunge.